Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to share with you a swatch and try on video, another one, and this time it is the Makeup Revolution Revoholics Eye Palette. So I shared this with you in a recent haul. So the promotion that's running until the 30th of May is that if you purchase £12 or above of Makeup Revolution products, so for example online I picked up £12 or above of the Makeup Revolution products, and they automatically added this, and it is the eye palette. This is the only one you can pick up online. It's automatically added to your basket and then automatically sent out. Alternatively, if you do visit your local Superdrug stores that stock Makeup Revolution, you can pick up either a lip palette, an eye palette or a cheek palette, so you have the choice out of the three. Although I do find it a little bit difficult in Superdrug stores to pick up anything different, because I remember when the Makeup Revolution brand first became available in Superdrug stores, they did seem to have a lot more products, and they do seem to have cut back on that. And although yes, they do have a great deal of products, but for example in my Superdrug store in Norwich that I visit, they don't necessarily have a great deal of, for example, the newer products, or you know, a larger range, which for me would be handy, because obviously I've got a lot of their products because I love the range, but to get £12 and above is difficult, especially if you've got a lot of the products that they already, you know, sell in Superdrug. But I did manage to pick up the eye palette, and I'm really hopeful that over the weekend I can pick up the cheek palette. I would really like it if they ran that promotion, and then also you could buy the palette separately as well for a price, obviously. So getting back to the eye palette, it looks like that once you've opened it up, and I particularly like the shades from here across. I'm not really that keen on these shades, but you know, there's only 4 of those shades, so you know, that's fine. I particularly love these, and then obviously you've got neutrals and a pink, and I'm really excited to actually swatch this and try it on for you today. So I'm going to swatch all of these shades, then add an eye look so that you can see that you know, how it performs, how it looks on me. So I'm going to go from the cream shade all the way across. There's no names on these, so obviously it's just the same as I think yesterday's video, just sharing with you the swatches. So the first shade is this cream, and it feels very, very good. That actually swatched very, very nicely, and I'm just going to see if I can just add another swatch. It's difficult with creams, but we all need a cream in our palette. So that's the first one, a cream shade. Then it's a little bit deeper with like a brown mink shade, which again is another staple in a palette that is really good to have. So that's that brown mink shade. So far so good. So those two were mattes, and then we move on to that pink shade that is, it's a shimmer shade. So that's the first shimmer shade, that pink. Really, really like that. Lovely. The next one is a brown shimmer. Actually, this one's more of a velvet. It's got some kind of shimmer to it, but it's not very intense. So that would actually work very well either on the lid or in the crease. So that's really good. Now we move to a mid-toned, like a mink-toned brown. This is really gorgeous. This is a perfect lid shade for me. So that's that one there. Gorgeous, love that. Then we move on to quite a deep brown. Now again, this is more of a velvet, because you can see the intensity of that one, and although yes, that one does have some shimmer and so does that, they're not as intense as those. So that's definitely more of, I would say, a velvet. So that's the first half of the palette done. So that's all of your neutrals and so forth. Then we move on to the deeper shades. So we've got that gorgeous brick brown. That is stunning. So there's that brick brown. So it's like a reddy brown. That is gorgeous. I love that. Then there's another, and that's a matte obviously. Then we move on to a deep brown matte. That's that one there. That is very, very intense. And then the last 4 shades are possibly shades that I won't use. And the first one is like a blue grey. So that's that one there. The next one is, and these are all shimmers, these last 4. This is a navy blue. That's a navy blue. Now, although it comes out very nicely on my finger, it doesn't really translate very well on the arm, although to be honest that probably would work very nicely on the eye, but it's very, very deep. Now this next blue one, and I don't know if you can see this, has got some glitter in it. So I'll just see if that translates. Actually, that's not too bad for a blue, but you can see the glitter there slightly. But I do find with all these shades with glitter in and so forth, it doesn't necessarily translate on the eye or obviously on the skin. And then the very last shade is a green shade. Actually, that's quite pretty. I usually stay away from blues and greens. It's not really my cup of tea, but that actually would be quite nice. I'm not really into these like emerald greens, but I think actually that could be quite wearable, because I do like browns, and I think that would look very nice with, you know, green and brown goes very nicely together. So there's all of the swatches done for you. So for a free palette, it is very, very nice and as good quality as usual from Makeup Revolution. So now I'm going to create an eye look. So I'm just going to pull my mirror a little bit more forward. So I think what I'm going to have to do is, because I want to add a crease shade to start with, but the first two, the two like the cream and the mink shade, are a little bit too light for me. So I think I'm going to go with a deeper eye today and try something different and use that dark brown in the crease. So as usual, I'm using my Primark eyeshadow brush, £1 or 99p from Primark, and I'm just going to dip that into the colour quite gently because I know it's pigmented, and I'm just going to tap that off a little bit and see how this goes on. Yeah, as I thought, it's going to be, it is very, very deep. So not only is it deep, it is very pigmented. So I'm just going to keep blending that and take that up. But I do like it. It is a nice brown. I do like that a lot. The thing with these eye shades is that, yes, I don't mind deeper shades, but you know, I like more wearable shades that I can wear during the day, and obviously I would deepen it up if I was going out at night. So I'm just going to add this to the other eye. That's better. I'm a little bit more confident on the other eye than the first eye, because you never know how these deep shades are going to look. But actually I was a little bit worried when I first put that on to think, you know, is that going to be too dark? But actually that has really blended very, very nicely. That is lovely. And yeah, I could probably just leave that like that with, you know, a shimmer shade on the lid. But yeah, that is really pretty. I'm just going to deepen it up. Now that's lovely. So that's the first shade added. Now what I want to do is add a second shade, because I want to test out a couple of these shades. So I'm going to use that brick brown colour as well. And I'm just going to put that in the corner and into the crease a little bit and see what that looks like. Again, I'm a little bit concerned because it is very, very pigmented. So I'm just going to put that in the corner, the outer corner, so there, take it round and then through the crease. Now that is really pretty. That looks really nice. They both blended very nicely together and worked nicely. Yeah, perfect. So I'm going to do that again with this eye. And just keep blending that. I mean, you can obviously lay down a lighter colour to start with and then go in with the darker colour. I mean, I do it either way. It is totally up to you how you do that. But I'm really impressed how they have worked together. Now I'm just going to get a clean brush and just blend that out. But that looks really, really nice. I'm loving it. In fact, I think I can go a little bit deeper. I'm going in again with that deeper brown, the first shade that I added. And I'm just going into the crease again. Because I think some of that first colour was taken away. That is lovely. Now what I'm going to do, and I don't do this very often, is I'm going to add a cream shade to my brow bone there. I know that looks actually pretty good as it is, but I just want to add that through, because what I find when I do this, if I'm using an intense shade, it will then tone that down, and really, if it's not a colour that is blended out that well, although this one has, that is a technique that I use just to take that edge off if it doesn't blend out, or if you're using a you know, a deeper colour. But I think that looks really, really pretty. I'm just going to go under the eye. Now first of all, I'm going to change it up and go in with the red brown, so the second shade that I used, and I'm just going to go under the eye with that to start with all the way along. Because what I don't want to do is have too much red, so I'm going to then take the deeper brown and then go along the edge with that. And I probably haven't mentioned these, but I've been using these all week, and again, this is the Primark, or from Primark, and it is the PS Pro shading eye brush. This was, I believe, £2 because it's one of the brushes from their newer range, which are a little bit more expensive. Now I'm just taking a little bit of that brown, the deeper brown, the first shade that I put on, and what I'm going to do is the same technique that I used yesterday. So start there in the corner and just go a little bit across, not all the way, and then do that with the other eye. So at the moment that looks a little bit too harsh for me, so I'm going to take my Primark brush again, and I'm just going to use the corner just to blend that out, because I don't like too harsh colour under my eye, especially if it's deep. But that looks, I really love that look. And obviously I want to show you different things, not just, you know, this is a deeper look and I'm really, really loving it. So that's that. Now I want a lid shade. So I'm going to go in with that mink shade. Pink would just not look right. So I'm going to go in with that shimmery mink shade or taupe. And that looks really pretty. So I'm just going to add that to the lid. That is very intense. You don't need a lot of it, to make a gorgeous shimmery lid. That is perfect. I'm just going back to my brush. I'm getting a little bit more of that red brick shade, tapping off the excess, and I'm going into the corner again. So just there and just intensifying that colour. And on the other side. So that is very, very pretty. I'm loving that. The highlight is the Renaissance Glow highlight. I've also got the Renaissance Glow contour on. I've got the Nip and Fab blush on, and obviously I've got the Prime Renaissance lipstick. L'Oreal Infallible Matte Foundation. I'll list everything down below, but I just wanted to mention a few. And obviously I've got that, the eyebrow shade that I've got is the Brow Pomade in, is it dark brown? Dark brown. And I've been using that all week. And in fact, I did a video on that last week after using it once or twice. And I'm trying to perfect the brow pomade eyebrow look, and actually I'm really loving it this week. So that's the eye look that I've created today. Have I gone over there? No, I think it's just my skin. So that's the eye look that I've created today. Obviously I'll add some pictures onto Instagram for you, and I'm really, really loving the shades in this. So I hope you enjoyed that. Obviously it's a little bit deeper this time. Thumbs up if you did, or you just want to support me, and obviously subscribe to watch further videos, and hit that notification bell to be notified of all up and coming videos. But thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Thank you. Bye.